The world of gaming is always in motion, and this year is no exception. This month was filled with significant events in the gaming industry, accompanied by major announcements. We are about to experience some of the most anticipated releases that promise to redefine how we play and engage with our favorite games. If you're a gaming enthusiast like me, you know that the anticipation can be both thrilling and nerve-wracking. There's always the question of which game will truly meet expectations and deliver an unforgettable journey. In this video, I present to you the 20 top games that are set to dominate the gaming landscape. From stunning open worlds to captivating stories and innovative mechanics, these titles are ready to transform the gaming scene. I'm Jax, and if you're new here, welcome to the Play Hunters channel, where I bring you daily content so you don't miss any detail of the gaming universe. If you could subscribe to help me grow, I would be very grateful. From one gamer to another. Kicking off our list is Ghost of Yōtei, which was recently announced and promises to be one of the biggest releases of 2025. The game takes place in a new region of feudal Japan, offering an immersive and breathtaking visual experience, where players can explore vast and diverse natural environments, ranging from fields to colder regions. The game boasts enhanced graphics, with weather effects and lighting that make each scene more realistic and impactful, all powered by the PlayStation 5. In terms of gameplay, the promise is of strategic combat, focused on stealth and precision, similar to what was seen in the first entry of the franchise. Players will be able to make decisions that directly influence the progression of the story, facing challenges and enemies with varied tactics. Exploration will be one of the strong points, providing freedom to navigate different areas while the plot unfolds in an engaging and exciting manner. The game world promises to react to player actions, with dynamic environments that interact with the weather and choices made throughout the journey. If it maintains the standards set by its predecessor, this game is sure to be a standout and could even contend for Game of the Year. Next, we have The Midnight Walk, a psychological horror game that aims to immerse players in a tense and mysterious atmosphere. With dark settings and an intriguing narrative, players traverse abandoned locations seeking answers to unsettling events. The ambience cleverly utilizes light and shadow, creating a constant sense of unease and keeping the suspense alive. The gameplay seems to focus on simplicity, allowing players to concentrate on the eerie atmosphere and explore every detail of the environment. It's not about jump scares. It's the fear of the unknown and the rising tension with each step. For fans of horror games that emphasize psychological elements, this continuous promise of tension will certainly be a highlight among the anticipated releases. Players will need to explore every corner, search for clues, and make decisions that shape the storyline. Progression appears gradual, revealing secrets carefully and maintaining interest throughout the journey. Those who enjoy diving into mystery games and intense investigations can bet that this will be one of the best options in the future. In third place on our list is Hell Is Us, a game that promises to innovate by offering a semi-open world approach, challenging players to explore without the aid of maps or mission markers. The environment, ravaged by conflict, is expected to be a high point, featuring high-quality graphics and a dense, realistic atmosphere, creating the perfect setting for exploration and discovery. Every corner of the world seems to hide mysteries that players will have to unravel on their own. In terms of gameplay, intense moments of survival are promised, where resource management and strategic decisions will be crucial. Combat, while present, will be just one layer of the challenge. The absence of explicit guides should heighten the sense of tension and immersion as players face enemies and seek clues to progress. This more challenging style of navigation and exploration is set to make the journey unique. The storyline suggests a deep narrative, exploring the protagonist's internal conflict amid chaos and destruction. Interactions with the world are expected to directly influence the unfolding events, adding depth to the narrative. With its distinct approach, Hell Is Us already stands out as one of the most anticipated games for the coming years. In fourth place on our list is Metro Awakening, one of the most anticipated titles for bringing the post-apocalyptic series into the realm of virtual reality. The game promises to elevate immersion, placing players directly in the heart of devastated landscapes. Through VR technology, each environment will be experienced in a visceral way, featuring impressive details and an oppressive atmosphere that enhances the feeling of isolation and constant danger. The gameplay will focus on physical interaction, allowing players to manipulate weapons, explore every corner of the environments, and solve puzzles with greater involvement. The adaptation to VR is expected to intensify combat, requiring precision and strategy to manage limited resources and confront enemies. Tension will be constant, with close and claustrophobic encounters that will introduce a new layer of challenge and immersion. The visual experience will also be enhanced, leveraging the proximity provided by virtual reality to highlight the details of the ruined environments and the creatures inhabiting this devastated world. This new approach promises to transform the series, utilizing technology to create a sense of presence never before seen in the franchise, securing a prominent place among the major VR releases. In fifth place, we have ArcheAge Chronicles, the latest evolution in the MMORPG universe. With the promise of expanding the vast fantasy world even further, the game will feature improved graphics and refined gameplay. Exploring new territories and facing powerful creatures are among the highlights awaiting players. The narrative is set to deepen, adding extra layers to the lore, while the visuals of the open world impress with their meticulous details. Regarding gameplay, the combat system is promised to be more dynamic, complemented by a robust character progression system. Large-scale battles between factions will be even more strategic and intense, thanks to new mechanics developed for this purpose. City development and player-driven economies will see enhancements, encouraging more complex and collaborative interactions, resulting in a truly immersive and engaging adventure. Crafting systems and customization have also been revamped, allowing for more diverse item creation and deeper skill customization. With all these innovations, the game aims to elevate the genre, delivering an epic and captivating journey that can hold players' attention for extended periods. In sixth place is Fantasian Neo Dimension, an RPG that promises to innovate with its unique visual style, blending real miniature settings with digital graphics. The game aims to offer an immersive and visually stunning journey, with special attention to detail and a narrative that promises to be rich and intriguing. The distinctive aesthetic is one of the standout features, creating a world that evolves as the story progresses, filled with mysteries and surprises. In terms of gameplay, turn-based combat is expected, with innovations that could make the experience more dynamic. The ability to switch between different dimensions is one of the game's promises, each bringing its own rules and challenges. The focus on exploration appears central, featuring detailed areas and interactive mechanics that should add depth to gameplay, providing a varied experience as players discover new regions. With this combination of innovative visual aesthetics and promising mechanics, it emerges as one of the great hopes in the RPG genre. In seventh place, we have Dragon Age, one of the most awaited games by RPG fans. This new chapter in the famous franchise promises to expand the rich fantasy universe, further exploring the mysteries of a world filled with magic, political intrigue, and dangerous creatures. The narrative is expected to bring new conflicts to light, dealing with the consequences of previous events while new challenges emerge, threatening the established order. The gameplay is being developed to offer intense and strategic combat, blending the use of magical abilities with battle tactics. The freedom of choice will be one of the most important aspects, allowing players to influence the story and shape the unfolding of alliances and relationships with key characters. The exploration of varied and detailed settings is set to be a highlight, encouraging the search for secrets and offering an engaging experience in every new area visited. With impressive graphics and enhanced combat systems, The next installment in the series aims to maintain the essence that established the franchise while introducing new mechanics to refresh the gameplay. Expectations are high, and players eagerly await an epic journey that will once again place the series among the major releases in the RPG genre. In 8th place is the remaster of Legacy of Kain, a re-release that promises to revive two of the most acclaimed classics in the action-adventure genre. With updated graphics and technical improvements, fans can expect a visually impressive experience while retaining the dark atmosphere and complex narrative that made the franchise famous. The gameplay of the original titles, known for its fluidity and clever puzzles, is set to be even more engaging with the graphical and performance enhancements. The combat system and the protagonist's unique abilities remain key attractions, providing an intense journey for those seeking action combined with puzzle solving. In addition to the visual updates, fans can expect the depth of the narrative to be preserved, featuring moral dilemmas and captivating characters that shape the protagonist's fate. The return of this iconic franchise in a remastered format should delight both veterans and new players, offering a way to rediscover or discover for the first time one of the richest and darkest universes in gaming. In 9th place, we have Fear the Spotlight, a psychological horror game that seeks to revive the atmosphere of classic survival horrors from the 90s. With stylized graphics and a nostalgic aesthetic, the title promises a constant sense of tension. Players will explore dark and mysterious locations, where hidden secrets and unexpected threats lurk. The gameplay follows the style of traditional survival horrors, focusing on exploration and puzzle solving. Limited resources and the need to make careful decisions create a feeling of vulnerability that keeps players on constant alert. The oppressive atmosphere is reinforced by the presence of dangers that can emerge at any moment, challenging survival skills in a hostile environment. With an engaging narrative and retro visual elements, this game promises to capture the essence of classic horror games while bringing improvements in mechanics and presentation. This project is set to be an intense and suspenseful journey, combining nostalgia with innovation to offer a unique experience for genre fans. Continuing, we have Towers of Aghasba, a game that promises to blend open-world exploration with building and resource management. Players will be challenged to explore vast territories, construct impressive towers, and develop cities in a visually stunning environment. The world's aesthetic is a mix of natural landscapes and elaborate architecture, ensuring a rich exploration experience filled with detail and visual appeal. The gameplay appears focused on creating and expanding structures while requiring efficient resource management. Players will need to balance exploring new territories with collecting materials and constructing infrastructures that allow them to survive and thrive. The challenge will be shaping the world around them, while facing natural obstacles and other challenges the environment presents, all with ample creative freedom to design unique structures. The dynamic and ever-evolving environment promises to be a highlight. With the freedom to build and explore, the idea is for players to feel like active participants in transforming the world, creating an engaging experience full of possibilities. This game has everything to attract fans of exploration and building games, focusing on creativity and customization. In 11th place is Dynasty Warriors Origins, which brings a new perspective to the famous tactical action series. This new title promises to explore the origins of the conflicts that shaped the franchise's narrative while maintaining the large-scale combat style that made the series popular. Updated graphics and gameplay mechanics improvements are expected to ensure that battles are even more fluid and exciting, as players command heroes in epic confrontations against numerous armies. The gameplay follows the series' characteristic pattern, offering large confrontations in open fields, where players control powerful characters and lead troops. The novelty seems to lie in the narrative focus, with a more detailed story exploring the motivations and events that initiated significant historical conflicts. This deepening is expected to add emotional weight to the battles, giving players a stronger connection to the characters and the plot. Another highlight is character customization, allowing players to adjust their combat styles and their warriors' skills. With more strategic options and the ability to shape tactics in real time, this new chapter promises a more engaging and rich approach to the gameplay that fans appreciate. The expectation is that the series will continue to evolve, offering both innovation and the nostalgia of the frenetic combat that made the franchise a success. In 12th place is the first Berserker, a game that promises to deliver a brutal and intense combat experience in a medieval fantasy world. This title places players in the role of a legendary warrior, immersed in bloody and challenging battles against powerful enemies. With a focus on close-quarters action, the game promises fluid and brutal combat, featuring a system that emphasizes raw strength and aggressive tactics. The gameplay seems centered on immersive close combat, where every blow matters and strategy is essential. Players must use their surroundings to their advantage and master their character's abilities to face increasingly challenging foes. The promise is for visceral combat, where each encounter brings a sense of weight and impact, maintaining tension at every moment. In addition to intense battles, the game also promises an engaging narrative set in a world of constant conflict. Exploration of the environment seems encouraged, with hidden secrets and stories unfolding as players progress. Khazan appears ready to deliver an adrenaline-filled experience, with brutal combat and a fantasy world that should captivate players. In 13th place arrives STALKER 2, one of the games I am most excited to play. The game takes players back to the radioactive zone, a land devastated by disasters and filled with deadly threats. With a vast and open world, populated by conflicting factions, terrifying mutants, and unpredictable anomalies, the title aims to deliver an immersive and brutal experience where every decision matters. Gameplay combines intense action with moments of pure strategy. Players will need to be cautious, as the environment is rife with dangers and every resource will be scarce. The fight for survival occurs against both human foes and mutant aberrations, and navigating through this perilous world will be a constant test of endurance and skill. Additionally, the level of realism in the graphics and physics promises to deepen the sense of being trapped in a hostile and unpredictable land. With a complex plot full of moral choices, the story will engage players in decisions that directly impact the unfolding of events. Missions with multiple outcomes and immersion in a rich, dark narrative are just some of the elements that make this one of the most anticipated titles in the survival horror genre. In 14th place, we have Indiana Jones and the Great Círculo, a new adventure that promises to capture the classic spirit of the famous archaeologist's explorations. The game is set to take players to exotic locations filled with ancient mysteries and legendary artifacts while facing dangerous enemies. The combination of action, exploration, and puzzle solving will be essential for creating a dynamic and engaging experience that brings the essence of the adventures that made the character iconic. Gameplay will blend combat and puzzles, requiring quick reflexes and sharp reasoning to overcome obstacles and uncover hidden secrets. Detailed environments and rich historical settings are expected to enhance immersion, transporting players to ancestral ruins and ancient cultures. Agile movement and fluid combat mechanics are also set to be strengths, ensuring that the action is as engaging as the exploration. With a plot full of twists and dangers, the narrative will place players at the center of a grand mission filled with discoveries. The adventure unfolds at an electrifying pace, keeping the audience on the edge of their seats for the next big revelation. This new chapter in Indiana Jones's adventures has everything to please both fans of the series and action and exploration game enthusiasts. In 15th place, we have Monster Hunter Wilds, which promises to further expand the universe of the famous monster hunting series. This new chapter is expected to offer an even larger open world, featuring an impressive diversity of creatures to hunt. Detailed visuals and lush landscapes are anticipated to provide total immersion as players explore varied ecosystems and face increasingly intense challenges. The experience of hunting and defeating gigantic monsters remains the heart of the series. Gameplay is likely to retain the franchise's successful formula, featuring strategic battles against colossal monsters and a progression system based on resource gathering to craft weapons and armor. The open world will be a strong point, allowing players to venture into wild terrains, from dense forests to inhospitable deserts, while tracking and confronting various creatures. Each battle will require preparation and tactics, with opportunities to devise specific strategies to take down powerful foes. With new creatures, challenging environments, and improved mechanics, the promise is for an epic adventure for franchise fans and newcomers alike. The title is set to maintain the series' intense pace, offering a robust and dynamic hunting experience that places players at the center of epic battles against the greatest threats in this vast world. In 16th place, we have Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered, arriving with an enhanced version of the iconic open-world game from Guerrilla Games. This remaster is expected to provide even more impressive graphics and optimized performance for the new generation of consoles, elevating immersion in the vast post-apocalyptic world where colossal machines dominate the landscape. Players will revisit Aloy's journey, exploring lush environments and uncovering ancient secrets about the fall of civilization. Gameplay will follow the established style of the franchise, featuring dynamic combat that blends strategy, stealth, and precise archery skills. The variety of weapons and traps available will be crucial for facing the enormous machines roaming the world. The exploration element also promises to be even more engaging, with graphical improvements allowing for greater appreciation of the details in the environment and the creatures. The acclaimed original narrative remains intact, combining mystery, technological discoveries, and a heroine searching for answers about her origins. With this remaster, expectations are high that the experience will be revitalized for both new and returning fans, solidifying the title as one of the most significant adventures of the generation. In 17th place, we have Call of Duty Black Ops 6, an addition to the famous first-person shooter series. This new title promises to bring back the intense, frenetic action that made the franchise popular, now with enhanced graphics and an even more engaging narrative. Fans can expect adrenaline-filled missions, packed with tactical combat and cinematic action, set in various locations around the globe. Gameplay is expected to follow the classic style of the series, featuring precise and fast shooting mechanics, along with a robust and competitive multiplayer mode, which is a hallmark of the franchise. New game modes, customizable weapons, and skills should broaden the strategic options for players, ensuring that each match is unique. The Zombies mode, which has become a fan favorite, is also set to return with new maps, enemies, and challenges. The narrative promises once again to explore themes of espionage and global conflicts, with twists and high-stakes missions. Updated graphics and realistic settings should make battles even more immersive, establishing the new game as one of the major releases in the shooting genre for the coming years. In 18th place is Dying Light, which promises to elevate the action and survival aspects of the series to a new level. The setting is a city ravaged by a zombie infection, where players must use acrobatic skills and parkour to escape hordes of the undead while exploring hostile urban environments. The dark atmosphere, combined with constant movement, is set to intensify the challenge, especially at night when dangers multiply. Gameplay promises to be as visceral as in previous titles, featuring dynamic combat that requires a mix of strategies, verticality, and improvised weapons. The day-night cycle, which drastically alters enemy behavior, returns as a central element. New types of monsters and innovative mechanics will require constant adaptation from players. Exploring richly detailed environments will yield rewards for those who investigate every corner of the city, while updated graphics and an immersive atmosphere promise to heighten the sense of danger and tension. This title seems to be a perfect blend of action and horror, offering an engaging and intense survival experience. In 19th place, we have Kingdom Come: Deliverance 2, a highly anticipated sequel that promises to continue the immersive historical RPG experience of the medieval era. The first game was praised for its historical accuracy and lack of fantasy elements, focusing on the realism of combat and narrative. This new addition to the franchise aims to further expand the world and story, bringing even more strategic battles and a more detailed and authentic medieval environment. Gameplay is expected to follow the same line, with realistic combat where every strike must be calculated, and strategy is essential for winning confrontations. The use of swords, armor, and the simulation of medieval combat tactics will be the main highlights. Character progression should allow for greater customization and choices that directly affect the narrative's unfolding, creating an experience that adapts to player decisions. The narrative is set to explore historical events and medieval conflicts, offering a rich plot filled with political intrigue, wars, and struggles for power. With enhanced graphics and an even more detailed open world, the title promises to elevate immersion, allowing players to lose themselves in an environment faithful to the era. For fans of RPGs with a focus on historical realism, this sequel is bound to be one of the most anticipated releases. In 20th place, we have Crimson Desert, one of the most ambitious releases that promises to blend RPG elements with a vast open world full of action. Developed by the creators of Black Desert Online, the game aims to deliver an immersive experience filled with possibilities, set in a medieval fantasy world in constant conflict. The focus on narrative, along with rich gameplay details and intense combat, should attract both action RPG fans and exploration enthusiasts. Gameplay promises to be a mix of real-time action with RPG mechanics, allowing players to experience dynamic and strategic combat. Each battle will require different approaches, with the possibility of customizing weapons, skills, and tactics to face powerful enemies and bosses. Exploring the vast open world will present numerous challenges and secrets, where players can interact with various characters and factions, directly impacting the unfolding of the story. With impressive graphics and an engaging setting, the world of Crimson Desert promises to be rich in detail and variety, from mountainous landscapes to war-torn cities. The narrative, which is expected to explore the struggle for survival in a continent devastated by conflict, promises to be a major highlight, offering a deep story filled with twists. For those seeking an epic adventure, this title seems to be among the most highly anticipated releases in the genre. Which of these games caught your attention the most? What are your expectations for the upcoming releases? I would love to hear your opinions and experiences in the comments below. And if you have any game you think should be on this list, feel free to share your suggestions. Don't forget to subscribe to the Play Hunters channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any news from the gaming world. With our coverage, I guarantee you'll stay updated on all the releases and always be in the loop about everything happening in the universe of games. On the screen, I'm leaving a video with 20 games that every gamer needs to play at least once. Just click to watch, and see you tomorrow.